Hi, I'm Patricia from Trisha's Lovely Creations, and today we're going to work on some spiderweb jewelry with these silk screens from ojoycreationsinc.com. And today I'm going to be using Primo Pearl, and I'm going to be using Full Guard black paint. It's actually called licorice. So I'm going to cut these apart so they're a bit easier to work with. Being real careful where I cut because I don't want to cut into the print of the silk screen. So now I'm going to use my Mega Blade from tinypandora.com, and I'm going to cut me off a good slice here of my Primo Pearl. Also today I'm using my GlassMat for clayers from tinypandora.com. So now I'm just going to take my roller and I'm going to smush this down pretty good so I can get it to my pasta machine. Okay, so I'll get these flattened down and I will run them through the pasta machine on a setting 2. Alright, and here's my sheet that I made. And again, that's rolled out on a setting 2. And now I've got my silk screen here. And they are from ojoycreationsinc.com. And they're a little sticky, so they come with a film on the back that you need to peel off. Okay, now I'm going to place the silk screen on top of my clay, smoothing it out, making sure it's all good. And now I'm going to cut the excess clay from around the silk screen. That way I don't get it all messy and have to clean it up. Okay, now I got my black paint here and I'm just going to make a line like so. I'm going to take my little squeegee here and run it across the silk screen. I'm going to go in the other direction, making sure that it's good and in there, scraping off the excess as I go. Okay, now I'm going to wipe that excess off of my squeegee here. And now I'm going to peel up my silk screen off that and I'm going to put it in the water so that the paint will come off of it more easily. If I can get this lifted up. There we go. Very nice. Beautiful. I love it. So I'm going to pick this up and move it out of my way for now. It's dry, by the way. So here's my next one I'm going to do. And I'm going to do some spider webs for the pendant. I'm just going to cut off the excess here. But pretty much know what I need. Alright, that's ready to go. I'm going to grab my silk screen here and I'm going to again peel off the backing from the sticky side. And you apply that sticky side down. I'm just going to smooth it out. I'm going to take my paint and put it across there. Take my squeegee and run it across there, just like I did the other one. So wipe off my squeegee, and then I'm going to peel up the silk screen. There we go, looks really nice. Okay, and I'm just going to cut this out here how I want it. Just cutting off the excess here. Okay, now I'm going to get me a round cutter here, size it up, see where I'm at. That looks good, but I think I'll keep that. Just cut out that shape. That's not going to work. I need to use my blade to lift it up and just pop it out. And I don't have a cutter this shape, so I'm going to hand cut this one freehand with my flexible blade. And we'll see what I come up with. And I like that. Looks really sharp. Very nice. I'll just pick this one up and move it out of the way as well. And I'll grab my other one, which is good and dry. And we're going to cut out the earrings on this one. That looks like a good placement, so I'll grab my acrylic block and I will push down really good. Give it a little twist. And I'll twist it some more, trying to get a good cut. And I'll pull it up. That looks good. And I'll need to do it one more time for the other one as well. Remove that centerpiece. I'm not going to keep it. So I'll do my second one here. Same thing, I'll grab my acrylic block. Push it down really good and give it a little wiggle. I'll give the cutter a little wiggle. There we go. A little bit came up there, but that's okay. Grab my X-Acto knife and take out that center part. Okay, now I'm going to grab that and remove the outside edge. And I'm going to have to pick these up with my blade and move them so that I can bake them. There we go. Nice and smooth motion there. And I'll put these on my white tile with the other ones. And I will bake them at 275 for 1 hour. And they are out of the oven. All nice and done. Look real good. Here's what the back looks like. You can see where I got the air bubbles in there and it made some lines through it. So what I'm going to do is take and sand this down and make it a nice smooth back. and give it a little bit of a buff, but I don't want a buff to a shine. I want it silky. And you can get that silky with your sanding paper or your sanding discs. So let's get started on sanding. Okay, now I'm going to take my Pedi wand here, and I'm starting out with 400 grit. And you can go through my links. I have the link how to make the Pedi wand from Callyan Design. And she lets you know everything you need and how to do it. The link is in the description below. But I'm just going to sand these from 400 grit up to 10,000 grit. I'm not going to buff the backs to the shine. I just want them kind of silky feeling, and I feel that when you sand them this way, going up to the 10,000 grit, it really makes it feel silky and soft, and I love that feeling. Okay, they've all been sanded. Now I'm going to use Lisa Pavelka Magic Gloss on them, and I'm going to do it just like Teresa Salgado. I'm going to do the outside edges first, and then I will fill in the inside after the edges have cured. So I'm just putting a light line around the outside edge. I'm going to take my toothpick, and I'm just going to pull that over the edge here. Not over the edge, but up to the edge line. Okay, that's looking good. Take my little torch lighter here and get out the bubbles. The little lighter works really good for that. And it takes no time at all to get the bubbles out of Lisa Pavelka Magic Gloss. Let me tell you, I love this stuff. And you can also find Lisa Pavelka's Magic Gloss at tinypandora.com. I'm also using her new Tiny Pandora UV curing deck for her UV light. And I'm also using her UV light. Although you can't see it in the video, that is what I'm using. And I will have the links in the description below for all this stuff. Okay, so that one is fully cured. Now I'm going to work on the earrings. And again, I'm just going to do the outside edge. Okay, and again with these, I'm just going to pull that to the edge. And on this skinny part up here, I am doing the whole thing because it's so thin. So I'm just doing all of it, pulling it to each side of the edge. And down at the bottom, I'm just pulling it over to the edge, not trying to fill it in yet or anything. We'll do that after this cures. Okay, just hit it with my torch here. Start on the other one. Same thing, just as I did to the first one. Just pulling it over the edges, to the edges, excuse me. Okay, I think that's got it. Take my torch, get out the air bubbles. Double check in here, making sure I got it all. Going back over the first one and make sure it's all to the edge. Alright, one more hit with the torch, and we'll put it under the UV light. Okay, there's that one. It's ready to be filled in. And there's the earrings, and they are now ready to be filled in. And I think we'll work on the pendant first, since this one just came out. I'll move that off to the side. And we'll work on filling in the pendant, and that one will be done. Okay, now we're ready to fill in the rest of the pendant. And I will pull all that over the edge that we just did, because you want to refill it all in, or you're going to have some lines in it. It won't look right. So make sure you get it pulled over the edge that you just made, all the way up to the edge of the pendant. Hit it with a torch. Start on the next one, same thing. Fill it in real good. Take that toothpick and pull it over what you've already done. That way it's all nice and blended. You can see how it's filling it in real nice, making it look real good. Okay, I'm just going back through making sure I got everything, because I don't want to miss nothing. So just double checking, making sure it's all the way on that edge. Hit them with the torch again, making sure I get all the air bubbles out. You don't want air bubbles. Just going over that again, hit it with a torch, put it in the UV light. The earrings are ready to go. So the pendant is done, fully cured. Come out really nice. Very pretty. I love that shine. So the pendants are ready to go. Now we'll finish up the earrings by doing the exact same thing. Okay, so I'll be doing the earrings just like I did the pendants. I'm going back over the thin edge, because you want all that to match. And then I'll be filling the bottom in. And then I'll be pulling it to the edge just like I did the pendants. So I'm not going to run through this whole thing. I just wanted to let you know what I'm doing. And I'll be back when they're done. Alright, they're done, and I'm ready to start drilling the holes. And I'm going to use my handheld drill here for this, because I want to make sure that I get them in a good spot. And I forgot to hit record while I was drilling the holes, and I realized it. I got 3 more to go, but here I've made one there, and one there, and one there. And I'm going to put 3 on the bottom. On the earrings, I put it in the top here and the top there. So now I'm going to put 3 holes here, because I want to dangle some chain from that. So we'll just pop these holes in. I'll show you how I do it. And it's really hard when you have that beveled edge. So I kind of start it at an angle. That's what I try to do. And then go in. But it's very hard to keep it in there when it's on that bevel. So I kind of try to make a divot in it and get it started that way. And I go in at an angle, then I go straight. So I got that through. And then I'm going to take it, flip it around. I'm going to go through the back. I want to make sure the holes are nice and pretty. So I go through front and the back, and sometimes I'll do it multiple times to make sure my hole is perfect. Same thing on the edges. They're really hard to do, like I said, with that beveled edge. Sorry if my hands are in the way, but it's very hard to get started. So the same thing here, I'm going in the angle and then straighten it up. Just go through, flip it, make sure that hole is pretty. Trying to get it exactly where I want it back here. So it's a little bit off. So it's going to be a little bit bigger. That's okay. And then of course I will do the same thing on the other side. And then I will be right back. Okay, so here they are. They're all drilled, all done. And now we just need to put all our findings in. And here I'm going to set the pendant up like that. And here's all my stuff. I'm just getting everything ready. I think I'll work on the earrings first, so get all this out of the way. Okay, and I'm going to be using my oval jump rings because they are so much thinner and my holes are really small. Since I went so close up to the edge, I wanted to make sure that my holes were small so I didn't crack polymer clay and mess it up. So I'm using my smallest jump rings, my thinnest ones, excuse me. So I'm just going to pop that through, close it up, straighten it up like so, and I'll do the same thing on the other earring. Grab my jump ring and open it up. Put it through the earring, like so. Close it back up and straighten it up. There we go. Then I'll need another jump ring, which I'm going to use my 4mm. I'm going to open that up. Put it on there. Take my ear wire, put it on there. Grab the right pliers, close it back up, and that one's done. And I will do the same thing for the other earring. Just making sure that this is nice and closed. Had a little gap in it. And there it is. Okay, now we are going to hang the chain from the pendant, or the bottom of the pendant. And I'm not really measuring, I'm just going to put it on there and then cut. I want it to be a little bit off. I don't want them to be even. And I'm using silver because I used the pearl, so I think that'll look really nice together with the silver, the black, and the pearl. Close that up. See how it hangs. And I'm just going to take my cutters and I'm just going to eyeball it where I want it. I don't want it too long, don't want it too short. Okay, so I'll grab the next jump ring. I'll open it up. Really shouldn't use your fingernail, it gets all wonky. Sometimes I just do that. But I'll put my chain through it and then put it through the pendant. And again, I'm just going to eyeball the cut where I want it. Close up the jump ring here. Sorry, I'm out of view. Get it twisted around right here. Wanting to fight me, my hole's a little small. Okay. Hang it down. I'll just eyeball it where I want to cut it. That looks good. There we go. And I will do the same thing with the last one. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna grab my jump ring, open it up, put the chain on, put it through my hole, eyeball the cut. Alright, grab another jump ring for the top. Open it up. Put it through the top hole. Sorry, I'm out of view. Close the jump ring. Straighten it up. And then I'm going to grab me a 4mm jump ring. Put that on there. Open it up. Put it through. Close it up. There we go. Now I'm going to grab me another old jump ring. Well, my hole needs closed up there a little bit off. There we go. So grab my jump ring, open it up, grab the other part of my pendant, put it through that bottom hole. It's wanting to fight me a little bit here. Take that one and I'll put it on the 4mm jump ring. Close it up. Make sure it all lines up. I got it a little bit wonky. Gotta make sure I have it straight. Make sure it hangs right. Make sure it's all even. Okay. That looks good. Move my scraps out of the way here. There we go. Beautiful. Now we're going to work on the cord. I'm using Acuflex 49 strands softest drape in the midnight black. So I'm going to cut 9 inches. If I can get my cutters to cut it. And these ones just won't cut. They're good for chain, but not for my wire. So I'll grab my other cutters and I'll cut that. And then I'm just going to take and hold that against the wire and cut my second strand so they're both even. So there's my 2 strands of my beading wire. I'm going to put my charlotte on. And then I'm going to take and put my crimp bead on. Close it up there. Making sure it's good and secure. Pull my charlotte up. A little bit of a tug. Close it up. Making sure the holes line up. And pinch that closed a bit. That's done. And I'm going to do the same thing with the other one. Put my charlotte on. Put my crimp bead on. Tighten it up. Making sure it's good and secure. Give a little tug. Close it up. Line the holes up. Pinch it closed. Okay. I'm going to take those and put those in the 2 holes that I made. Grab my jump ring. Open it up. Put that through the hole. Put it through the pendant. And close the jump ring. we go. And I will do the same thing on the other side. Okay, let's zoom in here so you can see a little bit better. I'm doing the ends now. Pop the charlotte on. And I'm going to grab my crimp bead. Put that on there. Sorry if my fingers are in the way. Don't want to go down on there. There we go. Tighten it up. Pull the charlotte up. Make sure it's secure. Close it up. Make sure the holes are lined up. And pinch it closed. There we go. And I will do the same thing on the other side. Okay, I've got my 6mm jump ring here. I'm going to open it up. Put it on the end. Close up the jump ring. Make sure it's good and secure. I'm going to grab my 4mm jump ring. Open it up. Put on my claw clasp. And put that on the end of the necklace. Close it up. Make sure it's good and secure. And there we go. All done. There we are. Necklace is done. They come out so pretty. I love it. I like how the chain hangs too. There's the earrings with the necklace. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. If it was helpful to you in any way, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I also have a Facebook group, Trisha's Lovely Creations, and I hope to see you there. Thanks. Have a great day.